So you're in the job market and you're working on your resume and you're applying to jobs. You have your skills, your education, and your experience. Yoo-hoo! A world of opportunities. And you find your match. But guess what? If you fail that interview, it's game over. You're competing with other people. It's just like dating. You only have one chance. Only one. So much pressure. And that's not all. Because now you have to wait. Wait. Why?
There is nothing more humbling, soul-destroying, and spirit-crushing than job hunting, I swear to God. Just scrolling and scrolling through pages of jobs. And then you get to the application, and they ask you to upload your resume. And then they get you to fill in a bunch of little information boxes with all the same information that is on your resume. And then half the time, you just hear nothing from any of the companies you've applied to. And then even if you get to a job interview and you bomb the job interview and you don't get the job after that, they don't even bother to tell you. Not an email, not a text, not a fucking phone call. My inbox is just full of auto replies from companies that I've applied to just saying, "Thanks for applying, we'll be in touch." No, you fucking won't! There's that, and then there's the occasional rejection letter, which is also from an auto reply email bot. At what point is it appropriate for me to just give up and become a contract killer? Because I swear, that's easier than trying to find a job. Killing people for money and evading the law would be easier than trying to get a fucking job in 2025. Have mercy, please send help. And a spliff.
So I'm one of the thousands of people who live in DC who have lost their jobs since the election. For the record, I was not a federal worker. I know there's a lot of support right now for federal workers who have lost their jobs during these massive cuts, which is completely understandable, but that is not my circumstance. I was actually working for a private organization that primarily worked with nonprofits, and those nonprofits did a lot of active progressive work during the election cycle. And after the election results, the organization that I worked for decided that it was best if we did not continue that kind of work, and so my job was on the chopping block. It was pretty upsetting because I had just gotten this job in August, and it was supposed to be a really exciting new chapter in my life. Previously, I'd been working in higher education. I was really very unhappy in my last position, and I had been stuck there for about 3 years, and I had finally gotten this brand new opportunity in this brand new field that was going to let me use my writing skill more, and I had never been more excited to tackle something like this, and so, yeah. I had known since early January that this was a possibility, and so I've been applying to jobs since then. I think I've applied to around 60 jobs since then. I have a spreadsheet of all of them. I don't remember off the top of my head. And all I've received back is rejection emails. I've not even been offered an interview, and it's starting to get really disheartening because I know I'm not the only person in this job market. In fact, the job market in DC is flooded with people who are desperate to get a job. I honestly don't really have a point to this video other than I have oodles and oodles of free time now, and I also feel a little directionless. I'm still applying for jobs every single day. It's getting really disheartening because I'm not hearing back from any of them. I'm trying to make plans with friends in the evenings so that I'm not just sitting around in my apartment all day rotting. I am fortunate enough to live in a city where a lot of the fun activities to do are free, and so I plan to do a lot of that during the daytimes, but other than that, it's just sort of a big void that I'm trying to fill, while not letting it get to me that I still don't have a job and I'm watching my savings whittle away. And I do use savings loosely. For my old job, I was living paycheck to paycheck. I only had this new job for a couple of months. A lot of that was spent trying to catch up and improve my life. And so there's not really a whole lot there. Maybe I'm just trying to put a face to the problem to the 27 people who will probably see this video. But I don't know. I just felt like I needed to do this. I don't know. I'm sorry this is long and weird. And I'm going to stop now. I don't know, felt like I needed to share. So thank you for listening if you did.
So I just got laid off. I've been at this company for over 5 years, and essentially it's the only company that I've ever been at. So I literally woke up, got a meeting notice 5 minutes before. They just told me I'm no longer employed at this company. It's a great day to be unemployed at the very least. And I'm just kind of surprised because my company is known for being a very stable company that probably work there and have job stability all your life. But I guess it's not the case for me. I don't know what to do. I have so many options of whether I want to go back into finance or pivot into something different, maybe marketing. I've been unemployed for 3 hours. I don't know what to do with my life now. Hey, not gonna lie though, if TikTok could be my full-time job, I would love that. The thing that I'm like nervous about is the job market does incredibly suck right now. I fear it's just gonna get worse because this economy is literally tanking right now as we speak. It just makes it like so real that a company that has a lot of job security is doing layoffs. Like 2025 is cooked. God bless my friends. I've already reached out to like a few of my friends, just letting them know, and they're already like, let me know what type of job you're looking for, like let me give you some references, let me help you network and stuff. And like I'm so grateful for my friends for doing that for me already, because like as much as like I want to stay in New York, it's like, oh, my friends also want me to like stay in New York, so it's not just me, I'm not in it alone, but like my friends too. I'm just so like grateful for them. Also, my heart goes out to anyone who has experienced this before, because like what a dehumanizing experience. All in an instant, it's oh, my livelihood is gone. Like, yeah, it's a hard decision, but it's like, oh, if it had to go to someone, like it's going to you. Well, leave down any advice or tips. I have no idea what to do. We'll see. Oh yeah, these were my nails that I did the other day. Yeah, let me know what I should do.
I've been holding in a secret all day because I had my granddaughter, but she's gone, and so now I can tell you guys the very good news I found out today. If you don't follow me regularly, I was laid off a few weeks ago and I applied for unemployment and I got denied because I messed up one of the questions. I answered one of the questions incorrectly, and I'm not going to go into it. You can find an old video if you want to of what happened. I was being honest, but I misunderstood the question. So anyways, I had sent them a message because I hadn't heard anything after I asked for a hearing to review my case, and I hadn't heard anything. So I messaged them a few days ago, didn't hear anything, and I was like, I told my husband, it's going to be months. It's going to be months before we know. Well, today when my granddaughter was busy playing in her playhouse, I was sitting at my computer desk and I was like, oh, I haven't checked the website today. Might as well check it. And I had a letter, and I was like, oh, do they answer a message with a letter? Okay, so I open it up. The heavens opened. I almost started crying. They reviewed my case already. They reversed their decision, and I should start receiving unemployment after the first week. Apparently, you don't get paid for the first week. It's really weird. But anyways, I am very happy to report that all is well. I will be getting unemployment until I find the next place that I will be. So anyway, I wanted to update you because I was so worried, and now I'm so excited. Anyway, there you go. Yes, it's definitely not what I was making before, but at this point, anything helps. Have a good day. Happy Friday. I hope you had a good day.
How funny is this? So I'm just scrolling through LinkedIn and I add this guy because I'm curious about his experience. And before I even have a chance to DM him, he sends me this message, which makes me realize people are seeing my videos. So if you're out there and you're hiring in the finance or banking world, hit me up because I need a job.
Girl talk. If LinkedIn and Indeed had no fans, I'd still be alive. The recent graduate in this society, they do not make it easy. Like, what do you mean I have too much experience to be an intern? Not enough experience to be an entry-level grad? I thought being an entry-level graduate means that I just graduated and have no experience. Apparently it means that you have to have at least 2 years of experience in that field. I mean that I can't join this internship or apprenticeship because I'm not still studying. Like, what if I wanted to change career? So LinkedIn, please what position can I apply for? I mean, doesn't a company win if I, as a graduate, decide to be an intern? I'm the one that's taking a pay cut deciding to be an intern, and you can't let me have a chance. You literally get someone who is worth more money and has more knowledge and has the proof to show that they'll work hard. An intern rate. Please tell me where I went wrong. I literally went to university for 4 years doing a business degree, and I still can't get through to have an actual interview in person. Companies feel the need to have 5 stages of recruitment. 5 stages, and that's before you even see someone. After 9 months of being unemployed after graduation, I'm so used to rejection letters, it's actually unnatural. Give me a chance. I clearly can show that I can have the ability to work hard because I did a degree. I did a degree that I wasn't even interested in and still came out with good grades and had a scholarship. Give us a chance, okay? Don't ask for how many years have I worked somewhere when I'm clearly applying for an entry-level job.
I think it's absolutely crazy the ebbs and flows of being unemployed and how your week can go. Like last week, I felt defeated towards the end of the week. Nothing was going right as far as getting a bunch of no's, having an interview and thinking it went well, and then finding out, nope, they picked somebody else. About to go into an interview, and they had already gave an offer to somebody else. Like, I was just like, what the fuck is going on? And then I heard, I think I Won't Complain, or I don't know the name of the song, but basically, like, I've had my good days, I've had my bad days, but I won't complain. So I kept thinking that and keeping that in mind. And then this week, completely different, starting off. And then I'm like, okay, exactly, I won't complain, because there are going to be some good days, there are going to be some bad days, but I won't complain because I know what I'm worth, and I know that he's ordering my steps, and I know for a fact that there is something better for me out there.
It's time for us to finally have a conversation about the job market, okay? It's time. I understand that there are so many fake job postings. There are, instances of people applying for jobs, going through several rounds of interviews, not hearing anything back, still getting ghosted. There's postings that are having several hundred applicants apply within minutes or hours, and it's just going to be impossible for anybody to sift through that. So let's talk about what I think is the main problem right now with job posting. Jobs are not listing the appropriate amount of experience necessary for these roles. Point blank, period. And I'm going to show you. The problem is entry level is posting where mid-level should be, right? So for entry level, they're requiring 3 to 5 years. Incorrect. Entry level is 0 to 1, okay? That's just them getting out of school. That's just them having an internship. That's it. Basic little experience, little exposure, right? They cannot have 3 to 5 years if they just got out of school or just got out of trainings. It can't happen. Junior level is 1 to 3, mid-level 3 to 5, senior level 5 to 7, and expert 7+. An expert is someone who could literally package everything that they do and become a consultant. That's I'm sorry. At that point, you're probably hitting your salary cap. You're close to it. And there's not going to be much growth in your salary beyond that unless you want to go up to the C-suite. And who the hell wants to do that nowadays? Stress is crazy. Become a consultant. My 2 cents.
Here's your reminder that nothing makes sense in this job market, and you will never be enough for these companies. So earlier this year, I applied for a position at a particular company, and they were asking for 0 to 2 years experience of something that I've been doing for the past 6 years. Okay, so I apply, I go through the final round, and they come back and tell me that I'm overqualified for the position. Okay, that makes sense. I have 6 years experience. You usually hire people who have no experience in this. That's cool. I'll just be on my way. So later this year, they open up a position for the next level up. So I applied to it thinking, okay, I'm probably qualified for this if I'm overqualified for the entry level. So I go through the entire interview process again, and now they're trying to tell me that I'm underqualified for it. Make it make sense. I'm overqualified for their entry level position, but I'm underqualified for the next level up. They don't know what the fuck they're looking for. And I just want a job.
Well, I do feel a little bit like crap at the moment. I just finished another interview. And it was definitely an interesting experience. I can't even really say I've never had an experience like that because that implies I've done a bunch of interviews, but I don't know, somehow I get the feeling that even if I do, like, in the future get more interviews, I don't know if I'll ever have an experience like this one. Because in my previous interview, the one where I was also bummed out in, I did learn a valuable lesson about trying to, like, make a case for yourself. Like, something that I didn't know until I spoke to other people that are more experienced with this is that interviewers, sometimes they purposely ask you questions that doubt your abilities or may not be kind of like questioning your character, is like a way to gauge your reaction And how you're supposed to react when you get those kinds of questions is to advocate for yourself. Like, yeah, I know I don't have like experience in this, but here's this positive thing about me, kind of thing. So I kept doing that in this interview, but it was very interesting in that, in a weird way, I thought I was doing well, because, well, it was, instead of like an interview, it was more of like a conversation, which was very interesting. And it was odd because I felt like the manager was also like trying to help me find other opportunities, because on one hand it really hurt, not too personally, but I just mean as somebody that does want to get a job, it hurts. Like, on one hand, it hurts when they blatantly tell you something like, I'm gonna have to be honest with you, like, I don't think you're a good fit for this job. And no matter how many times I try to, like, I don't know, equivocate or try to make some argument on the fly of like, no, you know, I know that, you know, you feel that way, but I am confident that blah blah blah. Like, no matter how many times I did that, they just kept hitting me with the, like, you know, I just don't think you're a good fit for this job. So that was very defeating. But on the other hand, they were helpful in the sense that, you know, they used to work in a similar industry that I want to get into, and they were encouraging me to pursue other avenues. Like, I don't think you're a fit for this job, but you should go try to apply for like these things, or even give your art career another try, like a real like try. So, you know, I don't have any like hard feelings. You know, how can you really have hard feelings towards somebody that is nice to you and trying to help you out? At the same time, like, I do feel a little miffed just because, you know, like, the problem I guess they pointed out about me was my lack of extroversion, because I simply just thought, like, you know, my lack of experience in customer service, like, I knew that was gonna be an obstacle, but like specifically a personality problem of like not being outgoing enough. And to be honest, I know that I do lean more introvertedly. It's just that having been somebody that wants to get into the entertainment industry, like, I have been trying to portray myself as more outgoing, as more sociable, but this has been like the third or fourth time that I've been shown that no matter what facade I put on and no matter how good I think it is, like, the real me comes out. Like, people can tell that the real me is not what I'm trying to be, or like it just leaks out, you know? And I feel frustrated because there's very little I can do about that. Like, unless you're a complete sociopath or like a master actor, how can you really change your personality convincingly? Like, how can you change into a different person? Like, and I understand, you know, trying to force yourself to be more positive and, you know, like, more open and be like, hi, how are you doing today? Let me know if I can help with it. I get that, but apparently that's not good enough. Or, you know what, maybe I'm just not, like, portraying myself as outgoing as I think I am. Who knows? I just know that this has happened, like, several times. Several people have, like, basically said similar things to me. And it just kind of makes me think, like, maybe I really can't, like, completely change who I am. So I should just learn to be comfortable with who I actually am, what my personality actually is like, and then just roll with it. And the right people will, you know, the right people will see that and accept that, I suppose. But I don't know, I just felt like I didn't want to be disrespectful, but there was a part of me that wanted to say, like, I don't really understand why, like, because they were just lecturing me a little bit about first impressions in general, like, oh, you know, first impressions in this industry, especially in customer service, in the customer service industry, first impressions are very important, and like the first impression I get of you, Kaylin, is not like, you know, what we're looking for at this store. And I understand like what they were looking for. It's just that I wanted to say like, well, the people at the front desk that I spoke to, like, and every time that because I am like a customer of that store, like every time I talk to somebody there, they're not like holly jolly. Like they're not really happy, you know. They seem to be like they're nice and they're knowledgeable, but they're not like, I don't even know, it's like if you go to like Disneyland, you know, that type of customers, they're not like that. And so I don't know how I don't fit in you know, with that personality type, because like I kind of like, I felt like we were vibing, like me and the front desk people. Like I felt like that we could mesh well as coworkers because their personality I thought was similar to mine. Like I said, they weren't like Disneyland workers. But it is what it is, and at the same time, like I said, I can't get upset because they were very nice to me about it. And you know, if they like and the manager even offered to help me find like other places of employment, or like just ask for advice in general about the art industry. Like that's great, but you know, I can't help but be bummed out that the criticism that I got is something that I can't really do much to improve. You know what I mean? Like, how can you change your personality? It's yeah, but at least I think I did a better job, like, speaking wise, you know, like I remembered not to mess up and not advocate for myself. I did remember to do that, but it's okay. I have another interview in a few days, but yeah, I'm just going to go like sit here for a while and like lick my wounds and then just go back into the mall and try to like pass out more of my resumes. So thanks for, I guess, listening to me ramble about this.